Well, I'm actually a minute early, I think. Woohoo! I am actually, I think, a minute early. No, there. It's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Lisa. I'm
Good to
trying to go live, but oh, maybe I don't know what happened.
you're
Okay,
close.
I'm working on it.
You're close. I can hear you.
Yes, I guess you see, I joined your group.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, is anybody else on yet? Can I ask a couple of questions if
No, go
somebody's
right ahead. You can ask
okay?
even if there are other people on.
One is I'm also shuffle. So do you have a shuffle card and a send out card that you promote that you can send me your cards?
You know what's funny? I have a shuffle card for Avon, and I have a shuffle card for my other big projects like the play and the book. But I
Okay.
don't have a shuffle card for send out cards. And I think the reason is because there's so many other things that were more effective in promoting it, like
Okay.
like an actual card.
Okay. And what
That
about shuffle? You don't promote shuffle at all.
I haven't needed to.
Okay.
I
Okay.
actually earned quite a bit from them without even
Without,
promoting it.
got
And
it.
when I make a shuffle card, I just make sure to always turn on the link at the bottom of the card that lets people, because it says something like make a card of your own or something like that. And it's on
Okay.
the bottom of my Avon card. Do you want the link for my Avon card so you can see that?
Yes. Yes. That would be great.
Yep, you just turn that on the cards that you make. I think when I first started, I posted a couple times about it, but by and large, I have not promoted Shuffle, and it's still my number three money earner,
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's just
right? Because
because it works. It's effective. Yeah. I like it.
it's a
Okay.
yeah, it's
Good.
effective, and you just put the thing on the bottom of every Shuffle card that you have, and you'll
So
end
you're
up
going to
getting
put it in
some.
chat and then I can see
Yeah,
it and save it. Okay.
I'm putting it right
Do you
now.
have the link where you can save it at the bottom? Save it to your shuffle
Well, when you make a card in Shuffle, there's an option for turning on that
cloning.
feature.
Mhm.
Yeah, where it puts a little box there. So
No,
if you,
I'm talking about at the bottom where you can save, they have it on each shuffle card. If you don't check it off, there's a error and people can just save your whole card into their phone contacts.
oh,
Okay.
that wasn't how I was getting them, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometime you should we'll do a Zoom with Mike Snow. He's kind of my digital mentor and he can help you with the few of the things that might,
Yeah,
with shuffle that might
that'd
help.
be awesome. Because
Okay.
I use Shuffle a lot, but I don't it's not as much as send out cards, of course, because I'm addicted to send out cards.
Okay.
But I use
Okay.
Shuffle instead of having websites. There it's
Yes.
right. So like when I'm like the book and like both of the plays, it was way easier for me to set up a website with a shuffle card than it was to do it any other way that I could think of because I'm not a web person.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Okay,
but
great.
that's so my link's in the chat box. If you
Okay.
click
All
on
right.
that
Thank
and
you.
scroll to the bottom, you'll see it says something along the lines of click here to go to the app store to create a card of your own.
Okay.
And
And I'm
that's
not totally saying I'm in, but I'm curious as to Avon. So if you send me your Avon card, that would be great.
that's actually what that one
That's the
is.
one you sent me. Okay.
Yeah. And that
Okay.
has links, right? Avon, I think if you just want to dabble in that or get your own stuff, uh there's an option for free to sign up for Avon, I believe.
Oh, okay. All
You
right. I'll
do
check
get
that.
nothing, of course, but there is an
Right.
option for that.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
So,
Thanks.
hey Janelle, how are you? Oh,
Hey,
you got your baby old dog, right?
yeah, he can't move, so
Oh,
he's my
yeah.
little old man. He's probably 15 and a half, so
No. Yeah, I lost Kissy a while back, and I didn't say anything about it anywhere, but it was the same kind of thing. As she got old and old, I hate that. Ooh. And when they're little, it, you know what I mean? Yeah, they just don't live as long as you want. Oh,
Yeah, well, he's our foster failure. He was
oh,
a breeder dog, and uh, former friends of ours had rescued him from the breeder because she was going to put him down. They
mm-hmm.
had him for a few years, and then the husband started threatening on dumping him in the country somewhere. And it's like, I'll take him, see if I can find a home. So yeah, that was
Oh,
about 5, 6 years ago.
oh, I don't know how
So
people can do that. I don't.
I don't know either.
Although
So
I say that, and when desperate people do desperate stuff. I mean, you can't. I think I've learned that I can't be so judgy about that because I've been that desperate and done stupid stuff
mhm,
because I've been that desperate. I had no, like when I was on Guam, I let one of my cats loose. I bet you can't picture me doing that,
mm-mm.
but I was desperate. I didn't have money or any. I
Well,
tried to find them homes, and I was flying off the island. And I can't believe I did it now. I was 19 or 20, but desperate people do desperate things.
well, they weren't desperate. He's just, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
No, no. Well, yeah,
One of
stupid people do
those.
stupid things, right? Right. Yeah. Oh, let me tell you, yeah, the kids messaging me. Yeah, you wouldn't think we lived in the same house. The kid texts me, already done. I said, come take the dog out. Already done. Yeah.
So is he taking the trash out but
Um,
himself now?
Probably not. Yeah. So now he's like, I'm too busy because I'm working all the time. Well, welcome to adulthood there.
Yeah.
You know? And I said, and you're thinking I'm not? What? Oh, so my favorite was yesterday. Um, and I'm trying to slowly shift stuff over to him because he's over 18, he's working.
Mhm.
So I took a no more allowance, of course, right? And I took away the gas card. I'm paying all the other expenses, including rent and everything, right? But I said, then pay for your own gas for my car that you're driving, right? And then what and food. I said, you guys can buy food. So now they're like eating at work to avoid the expense. And then he's like, you ate one of the ice creams out of the ice creams I bought. I said, well, that's amazing because you ate some of the food out of the stuff I bought. We go in there, you you know. He's like thinking I'm gonna give him like $3 for that ice cream I ate.
And all the years he
I'm
ate
like,
off of you.
wow, really? And I said, you wanted me to pick you up soup when I was out. You paying for that, or are we gonna be even on this stuff a little bit, right?
Gotta
Yeah.
love kids.
Yeah, I thought that was quite hilarious. Yeah. I said, I just spent the last 18 years paying for your stuff there, pal.
How old
Oh,
was he when you adopted him?
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, I brought him home from the hospital. He was
Okay.
at,
So,
yeah, I didn't see him come out, but that's my cousin. So the birth father is my cousin,
mhm,
and he's actually my age.
mhm.
So they had just had a child about 16 months before, and one of their other ones the state had. So I was afraid this wasn't going to end well, and I kind of wanted him to stay in the family.
Mhm.
And I didn't have kids, so I'm like, well, you know what? I didn't know I was volunteering for though. I got run over by the baby train. I had no idea. But but no, I think it made me a better person to tell you the truth. That it I was pretty rough around the edges and that softened things out a little bit.
Mhm.
Not as much as the last year has, but right. But yeah. Oh, you didn't know me before, did you, Janelle? Maureen
Nope.
Maureen did. I'm a little bit different this year. You are.
This was
Oh,
this was Lisa if you gave her a hug.
It's like, no! You'd give her a hug and she'd go, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a little bit different now for some unknown reason, right? Yeah.
You're softening up in your youth here.
I'm considering this the second half of my life. Yeah, the kid said, another midlife crisis? What are we on now? Like 12, 13? Nice. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was the holiday card thing because oh, let's Kathy, let's do your questions. Is it allowed for me to send cards and use someone else's return address? Yes. You can change the return address every single card. Just remember to look, because if you change it, it on the next card, it goes to what you changed it. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay, good.
system-wide
I did-
change. Let's talk about your questions together. I know you direct message me. Feel free to ask them out loud, because if you have the question, chances are either someone in here also does, or someone listening to the replay also does. So if you don't mind,
Okay.
let's
Oh,
just,
I just didn't want to take over because I'm new and I know people, I'm probably asking questions they all know the answer to. So I didn't want to
no,
really
there's
interrupt.
always new people watching that are watching the replays and stuff.
Okay. Well, then one more question is, I saw on one of your things where you were talking about making that giant card for conventions. I love that idea, and the autograph cards. So I was wondering if you put anything else inside it. I mean, do they get it if you mail them the card just with their company's thing on the front?
Oh, you know what's funny? I didn't put anything inside. I just put the word autographs. So I put on the outside the name of the convention and stuff, and on the inside, I just put the word autographs. Now, there were a couple people out of for the Avon convention, I sent out probably 150 of them to not just my team, but some other friends of mine. There were probably 3 people that messaged me and said, what am I supposed to do with this? But the other 147 got it. So I think it's a safe bet that they'll get it if you just include the word autographs, and the
Okay.
whole rest of it's blank. Out of
Love
the
that idea. Thank you.
yeah, sure. Out of the 3, one of them did say, "Do I have to bring it with me?" Which I thought was, well,
Okay.
you don't have to, but it'd be
It
hard.
didn't work too good, but
So I mean, I think no matter what you put, somebody's not going to get it.
okay.
So I did post it on my team page that I was going to do it, but the majority of the people that got them weren't on the team page. So, but I think if you just put the word autographs, most people will catch on.
I just had an idea. I just wondered if, like, you had heard, I've been listening to you guys for a while, and I heard you say about your own handwriting stuff. I wondered if you wrote your message and signed it inside, they would get
Oh
it.
no, I could have done that, but I didn't do that because
I just
most
happened to
people
think of
that want an autograph or something like that, they want to see you do it or have a
right.
picture
Have
with
a
you
picture with you doing it. Got it.
right. So I didn't sign any of them, or have an automatic. And actually, I'm anti auto signing stuff like that, only because when I did, everything has some backstory, doesn't it, though? With me, when I made big stuff within Avon, like when I made senior executive unit leader, the top of the pay plan, I was a little put out that, which is crazy because the company's a huge size. I was a little put out that I got a certificate in the mail that was obviously a computer generated signature,
Got it.
because I was the 3rd person to make it. And I'm thinking to
Oh,
myself, they can't even personally sign stuff when there's only 3 of us. But
yeah.
I
Gotcha.
I neglected to realize the size of the company and all that stuff. I was a lot younger and a lot dumber. However, I am smaller. I can do it personally. So when I send out certificates for sales, for example, or length of association, when I was doing that, I made sure I signed every single one. And I made a deal in my group, and I said, you hold that up to the light, you can tell I signed it, because it bleeds through a little bit when you sign in it yourself. So I made a big deal about signing it myself. So that's why,
good. Make
know,
people feel important because they are.
right. And that's what I was hoping for. Because there aren't many things that I can do because I'm smaller. There are stuff I can't do because I'm smaller, but being personal like that is something I can do. So I
Okay.
made sure I did that the whole time. So
Okay,
that was
thanks.
kind of the idea. That's why I shaded my opinion of that when I did the big card. I thought they're not going to want me to just put my auto signature on there. They're going to want one from me when they see me. So, so at least I try to think of it too as me being the other person. And that's one of the things, I've gone up to people that I really admired and told them I thought they were awesome and everything. And I've had people ignore me or had people um, look around while they were dealing with me, and I didn't feel special. And I try not to do that. I try to concentrate on the person in front of me. I try looking at it and listening to them and ignoring whatever else is going on. So I try to put myself in the shoes of the other person. So to give, I want to give a good experience. That sounds weird, but
No, it sounds great. Thank you.
well, it's just if you're um when you are shooting for like the top of the pay plan direct sales company and network marketing, I think part of the job is to be gracious to the other representatives also shooting for that. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but to me, it's part of the job that you can't expect to go to functions and not do that. That's part of it, part of the job, part of the gig. Oh, that's why that one of the many reasons I had to get rid of my ex because he would not put up with that. He actually, I quit taking him because he actually said to somebody, they interrupted me when I was eating to get a picture, and he said, "Leave her alone. She's trying to eat." I said that you can't do
Wow.
that. I can eat at the room. I can get room service later. My job while I'm here is not to eat. It's to stop whatever I'm doing if somebody comes up to me. So, but that's not a ego thing. That's a service thing. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I always give these big explanations when I have like something I'm doing in my business usually has some big explanation for it. It's not usually random. Did you have any
It's
other
good to hear that business side behind it. It's good to hear that.
Oh, good. Did you have any other things though that I could help question
No, I
wise?
think that's it for now. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I want to talk about the holiday cards because we're getting that. We need to deal with that now. It's already October, the middle of October. Yes, go ahead, Maureen.
The week of October 19th, I'm going to put up challenge number 3, and that's going to be to send the Halloween cards.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Today's challenge, I'm going to post today's challenge, and it's going to be send a favorite quote.
Oh, I like that too.
So,
That's
so on the
awesome.
19th, it's going to be challenge number 3. It's going to be Bad Appreciation Week, the 24th to the 31st. So along with your Halloween cards, send some bat facts.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And then the one we never think about, the last challenge number 4 for October, is going to be change your clocks, because
Oh,
November 5th is change your
oh,
clocks for
that's a
some
good
of
one.
us,
That's a
and you
good
can
one.
send a reminder. So I just wanted to let you know I'm not forgetting about Halloween. We're going to do it next week.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, if anyone is sending any of boo boxes for Halloween, they almost need to send them now.
Yes.
Boo boxes need to go out this week. So I got to make sure. Ooh, I got to write that. I have to write everything down, right? That's not because I'm getting older. That's because I've done that my whole life. I'll put boo boxes because I'm sending them to Jeff's grandkids. Oh, matter of fact, do you remember when he was on, you may not, I know Janelle was on, when Jeff was on our team call for Avon, we let him get the door prize and he asked me to split the prize and send it to his 2 daughters. And I've got to do that tonight because I was waiting for a coupon code so I could send the most stuff. I'm gonna send it on the Avon website. So because why not? That they'll take care of it for me. I don't have to package it if I do that. So anyway, that's that. Okay,
Smart
thank you,
thinking.
Maureen. What'd you say? You know?
I said smart thinking.
Oh, well, I have to think everything through another filter now because I had somebody helping me, an admin person helping me, Liza, for the last 25 years, maybe a little bit more than that. Um, the last few years have been part-time, but it's been a long time since I had to deal with every single issue myself. And here we are for like a month. Yeah, this has been interesting. So every time something comes up that I need to have done, like originally with the door prizes, for the team meeting door prizes, I was like packaging products and all that stuff. And I had to find an easier way to do that because what I was doing before is I'd set it up and she'd ship them the next day. And now who am I setting it up for? Me? So it's like, I better find a way to do this. And now I've got to empty out that office because I'm going to rent it. So yes, many, many, many changes. So I'm just gonna go over if it's okay, and you guys can interject if you would please. My procedure for the holiday card because I have one, of course. I have rules, of course. Shocking, isn't it? But the first step in my whole thing is I have an app on my phone, and I'm trying to think of what it's called. I'll have to look and tell you what it's called, but it has a Santa Claus on a sleigh on it. Where is it? Here it is, Card List. It's called Card List. And it has, I've done this for, let's see, how many years have I done this? And it shows since 2019 I've done it. I found that app then. It shows who I sent cards to and who I got cards from. Now I don't not sure why I'm keeping who I got cards from because it doesn't affect whether they're going to get one from me or not. Because I routinely send out probably 3 times more than I get. So it's not, I'm not doing, well, I'm always sending them a card if they send me a card. That's not what I'm doing. But it does keep track of it, so I have been keeping track of it. But the first step in the process for me is to add people that I didn't know last year. So I'm going to go back to my date book and look. And this year,
Don't forget to add me.
right, you wouldn't be in there. And I went a lot of places where I didn't know people this year, which is going to be, there's going to be a lot of new people to be added because I went to let's see, I met the most new people probably at the Achieve Systems thing in Denver. And then the Salt Lake City thing with SendOutCards early in this year. I met a lot of people at both of those that are going to need to be added. But so I go through my date book. I have a date book. And actually you can see, if I can see them, the date books right there are all my date books from like 1990 something right up till now. I think 95 might have been in my first one, but I save them all. And I put stuff in them like the theme for the year and the quotes are in the front and there's a place for notes in the back and I've got stuff in the way back. Okay. But I can look through and it jogs my memory about who I met and new people I've been dealing with. Okay. So I want to add, that's my first thing is add people. And this year there's going to be quite a few, and I'm happy about that because that meant I expanded my who knows what I do. Because right, rule number one, you can be successful in anything if enough people know what you do. So this is the holiday card is another way to bring yourself top of mind because some of the people I met in Denver and Salt Lake, I met them, I sent them a card originally, is how I have their address, but I may or may not have run across them again as far as social media or send them another card after that. So this will give me an opportunity to contact them again. And I truthfully start sending cards. Usually it's 2 weeks from now, beginning in November, because I send a few a day, just like I do everything else. So I don't send one big giant system send. I usually send a few a day. It breaks up the cost for me too. And they all don't arrive at the same time. And I do send them after Christmas too. I just send a few a day and I just keep going till I'm done. So I've sent them clear into January and after. So it doesn't bother me. And if I get a card, they're definitely getting the card back. So I've got cards late and I send one back and it's in January. It's funny, almost every single other person that I listen to in SendOutCards says make sure you plan it so they get it before Christmas or that's it. You don't want to send it after that. And that's not my strategy. I've never had somebody say, next time if you're going to send it after Christmas, just keep that Christmas card. I've never right. They're just happy they got a card, most people. So to me, it doesn't matter that it's late. So it doesn't matter if I get them or send them late. The late isn't even a thing in my book. I actually probably prefer that they get them earlier or later because you get an onslaught of cards there, you get lost in the stack. If yours is early or late, yours is different. Yours is alone. So, and now more and more people don't even get cards or send cards. So it's even better. But I did drag out a couple of my older ones I wanted to show you. What I've been doing over the years, don't tell the kid I'm showing you these because he would have an absolute fit. But this is 2014. My strategy back then, and I do this still, but usually I have one paragraph in the middle. I'm thinking this year I might go back to just pictures. But put a bunch of pictures. See, this is the kid, 2014, and it was just highlights from the year in pictures. So I put as many pictures as I could find. That was actually the first pig roast that year. And what else happened? Some big stuff happened that year. I was in the Avon brochure that year. So that's the scan of the brochure. That then it hadn't happened before. So there were like now you look back and say, why is that so special? Because you've seen Avon representatives in the brochures a bunch of times, but back then it hadn't happened before. So that's why it was special back then. But what else happened? Oh, I had a picture taken with the kid and Sherry McCoy, who was the CEO at the time at the convention. I think that was, oh, when we went to Ireland. That was Ireland that year. So I can do this still this way. If I do it in Canva and then bring the page over. So I think I'm going to do that. And this is the most I wrote. So the idea of it is, you know how you get from people, you get a family letter in your card and then a picture. I was thinking the family letter in pictures. That's what I was thinking. So to me, as I'm sure, just like with the big card, there are people that don't get the pictures. They're like, what's that even a picture of? You know what I mean? But I put enough pictures, so usually they're like, oh, okay, because I thought that was more interesting than writing. Some of my later ones, like this one, we put too much writing. I think this was 2000, I think. And Alex did the cover for this one. And then too much writing, I think. That was my thing. And you'll notice I put Thanksgiving and Santa, like the turkey and Santa, because I start sending them so early. So it was like holiday card because it was so early. And then this is Alex, and I think that was Newsies. No, that looks like Prince Eric. We were, and that's the year we got the dogs. This is 2000. And the year we put the swing in, and then just our pictures with our names. I did this in Canva. So you remember that's Kissy that we lost this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the long-haired calico one. And then so that was another version. This is 2018. I took one of their cards that you could put pictures in and just put some of our pictures. I didn't like this one as much, by the way, in case you didn't know that. I thought I put too much words and I put so many pictures that it was a little hard to tell what was going on. But, oh, look at that picture of me and JP, though, in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, this is it. Oh, I had somebody say that to me. It's funny. Do you guys know? Oh, this is my before picture, by the way. Do I look a little bit different? I got a chin, somewhat of a chin. They were nice
Hair's
enough.
definitely different.
What'd you say?
I said the hair is definitely different.
Yeah, the hair is different. Well, look at this picture of me with Scola. Isn't that a good one?
Wow.
Yeah, I look different with brown hair. Oh, that's the year I ran, the last time I ran for office too. This is the poll. But I try to pick a few things so the things that you'd put in a family letter, I just try to pick a picture to represent it. So we can't do a collage like this within SendOutCards at the moment, but you can easily do it in Canva. So I just picked I think it's a poster that'll fit for this. And you just do whatever you want in Canva, and you can do just like this, or you can do some words, and you can do on these. Usually I put a picture and then put the name of the cat or what it is. And then you can just do that in Canva and then take those JPEGs and put them in a card. But I think these are more fun than just stock cards, but they certainly have a nice selection of just regular holiday cards that you could pick. Even if you're not doing so much customization, they're still special because they're not a box of cards. You know what I mean? You still can add whatever you want. You don't have to add pictures if you don't want to, but you can add your Christmas letter without going and printing it and folding it and stuffing it in the cards. It's the convenience of it all, I think, too.
And no licking the envelopes.
You don't have to lick the envelopes. You don't have to stamp the envelopes. You don't have to go to the post office, which I don't like to do anymore.
You know what I found out the other day, that the envelopes and the stamps have gluten in them.
Have
For
gluten
people
in
that
them?
are gluten free,
Oh, that's
they
weird.
have I was reading an article and it's about gluten, and it said that envelopes
Glue?
and stamps have gluten in
Well,
them.
the stamps, they don't have any that you lick anymore. So
I know, and I was like, what are you, because it was a recent article and I was like, we don't lick stamps anymore. But
yeah,
yeah, it was,
and the envelopes, I don't, Liza hasn't licked them for years. My assistant that isn't there, that retired, but she had like a dauber, like a bingo dauber
yeah,
that she did the envelopes with. She didn't lick them.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird. It was a weird article.
Yeah, I wonder.
Okay,
They need to
the
catch up.
the
Go ahead.
card list, I think it's only for iPhones, Lisa, because I can't find it on my Android.
Though, in the Android App Store, just search for keep track of gifts or keep track of cards or something like that. I'm sure they have something. It may not be that particular one.
Right, okay.
And this one, I think, was a one-time $5 or something like that. It was very, very cheap. It doesn't do anything except I only put their first name and last name. I don't put any other information in there. So I still rely on SendOutCards as database. I'm just using that as more like a keeping track kind of thing. So you can go in there every day when you send a card, you can go in there and just touch it under the year that we're working on. And then I can go in later and see if I sent it yet or not. Okay. But I think there's a bunch of apps. That just happens to be the one I'm using.
Yeah, I'll find one.
I did have somebody send me, this is that one we looked at already. Send me my own card front, which I thought was cute. This was Joanne Potts, who's usually on. She must be busy. She took my own card front and put it on a card and sent it. And then I like this idea. This would be good for anybody. Can you find, she put a picture of her house's cards that she received and said, can you find your card on our wall of love? Isn't that
Oh, how nice.
what a good
Yeah.
idea? And then at the bottom says, can you find all the words in the word search? So she did a family word search, our family word search, and she put the name of all her kids and stuff in the word search.
Mm.
Make those, if you Google search word search creator free or something like that. You can get, there's a bunch of those too. And here's a close-up of the card wall. But I thought that was pretty good. And then she just wrote on the back, thank you for the card. Oh, nice. Yay. So I thought that was nice. Very nice. But it's worth you have to start thinking about that. And the other thing I wrote on the promo for the meeting is make sure when you're doing your card list that you think about not just your customers and your team members, but also your service providers. So for me, that would be the maintenance guy that does the lawn care and the guy that does the snow plowing. And there's a bunch of them. The guy, we don't have a regular delivery person for UPS, but you might. If they're regular, you regularly get service from them. You at the very least want to send them a card or something. If you only see them here and you don't have their address and you can't find it, you could always send the card to yourself and then give it to them. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to send it to them. Okay. And don't forget, they do have an option in SendOutCards where you can have a bunch of bulk cards printed of your card if you prefer to give them out in your hand them out. Okay. The other thing I wanted to make sure to say too was we're only in October. We still have about a month and a half where someone could join your company, whether it's Avon or not, or SendOutCards or whatever it is, and earn some money for the holidays. So get out your recruiting card if you already have one, or make one and send them out to your list of prospects. I don't know about you, but in SendOutCards, you can create groups. And I have a group of people, and mine is a big giant list of people who have like requested information to join Avon, but they never did join. I have a big giant list. So either I got those from Avon or they answered an ad and I saved it. If I had their name, address, and phone, I saved it in my SendOutCards database and put them in the group. Mine is called Avon Info Only. So they got info only, but they never did do anything. And I make sure on mine to put on the back, not just to sign up, the link to sign up, which is also in the inside, but I have to buy too, because that's probably what's happened the most. When I work that old list, which I do at least a couple of times a year, I get not just recruits from it, but I also get customers from it. So they see this and they like, well, you know what, I don't want to sell still, but you know what, I did want some stuff. So you want to make sure they have both options. When I work that old list, by the way, I usually get enough. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they had some random incentive. I think it was last year even, where they didn't tell us they were going to do it. But in January, they gave us nested people if we had like 15 that we personally signed up during the last 6 months. It was some weird thing. So it wasn't technically an incentive because you couldn't work for it. It was already over by the time you heard about it. But you got nested people if you had 15 sign up that you generated yourself that weren't given to you. And the reason I qualified is because of working the old list. So I wouldn't have probably had enough to qualify. So that was worth it right there because I think it was 150 nested because I qualified. So it's always worth doing. Just to give you a peek at my, this one just says start an Avon business of your own today and enjoy a debt-free Christmas this year. But you could have it say anything because it may be too short of a time to go for the debt-free thing, but you could have anything. Start a new business before the new year, anything like that. And in here, I just usually put pictures of current products. I don't make this complicated. And then in the middle is screenshots from the sign-up page. So whatever the current offer is on our sign-up page is what I do a screenshot of here. I like the wording I put though. It says, whether you're looking for pocket money or to build an Avon empire, you can start your Avon journey here. And then it has the URL right to my sign-up page. Okay. So that's that. By the way, this says Avon. Oh, I like this. a product line, Avon, a product line that is so much more, because I personally don't like the tagline of not your grandma's Avon or not your mom's Avon. I don't like that because we do have that stuff still, a lot of that stuff still. And some people I meet, that's what they want. They don't want it to be different. So I don't want to use a negative to attract people. I want to just say Avon, a product line and so much more. So it's kind of like, yes, it is the stuff you remember. And we got more stuff. That's what I'm going for there. Okay.
Mhm.
And then on the back panel, I got the van because everybody gets a kick out of that. Okay. But it's, to me, it's worth it to, and you know, at one point Avon told us not to save, if we were given a lead to work, that we couldn't save that information. None of those people that told us not to do that are even at the company anymore. So I have always saved that information. Okay. Well, no matter where I got it from, if they said at one point, I'm interested in Avon, they're in there. They're in my database. Whether I generated that or they gave that to me or a manager gave me a list at one point, whatever it was from, they're all in there. So I
So-
would say keeping them. Go ahead, Michelle.
So how come they didn't want you to keep that information?
They said they owned it because they generated the lead. And I think what they were also going to work it later.
Mm.
I think that they said it that way. I'm not even sure. But there's gonna, if you do it like I'm doing it though, just count on the fact that every time you work the list, you're gonna get some back where the addresses aren't good. They're gonna bounce back to you, the addresses aren't good. So just realize that that's part of the deal, because some of these are old.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they didn't want me to keep it and work it again, but yeah, I didn't I did it anyway. But none of those people that even came up with the incentive or made the announcement, or they wouldn't even be able to, no, they probably don't even remember they told us that. Right. And none of those people are there, for starters, right, Donna? None of them are
Right.
even there anymore. Right. To me, if I have my hands on somebody's name, address, and phone, I'm saving it.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it. That's why my database has just shy of 10,000 people in it, right? And I've used it for so many things. Like if I'm going somewhere to speak, I can sort it and send out cards to be everybody in that state or everybody in that zip code, or, there's a whole bunch of ways that I can pull that information out and use it. So
Mhm.
just realize if you're doing it that there's a percent of my addresses that are no good, because I've been doing this for 15 years almost. So some of them are 15 years old and the people have moved. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Is everybody's mind going, how am I doing my card this year?
Mhm.
Oh, good. I hope so.
Mhm.
So I had a couple things. Oh, I do usually also do versions of my holiday card. This is one of the versions. So like family members will get a big card and general population will get a three-fold card that has a lot of things. And then some people I barely know, I send them a postcard. Okay. I
Oh,
probably
okay.
should tell you that just in case you get one. No, you guys would get her threefold. So I have different versions of the card because I think some people that don't know me that well don't want to have all the other folds on the card. They don't really know me that well. They don't.
Mhm.
So, but
Mhm.
you can easily do that, have different versions of your card. You could have postcards, 2-panel, 3-panel, and a big card. This year I had all three of those, all four versions of it. So it was the pictures off the cruise that year. That was funny. But that's an idea I wanted to show you. And you know what I got that I really liked, and it was from Maureen. Maureen, this is like my favorite card ever. The screenshot of the 1,000th card. He sent her 1,000th card. What a good idea, though, because I'm going to do that for my whatever 1,000th I'm working on. I didn't even think about doing that. So she screenshot the fact that she's at 999 and then said, I thought it was fitting that you got my 1,000th card.
Oh,
Isn't that
nice.
awesome? That is so awesome. I'm saving this one forever. That is awesome. But what a great idea. How did you think of that?
I actually saw somebody in one of the roadies group
Oh, good.
do it.
Because that's my
And
favorite way to get ideas is steal it from someone else.
Yep. And I thought, it kind of goes along with the whole bow thing, because I was like, if her and I didn't communicate every day or every week or whatever, she might want to know where some of her people are. So I was like, she's the one that got me into this. During the pandemic, her and Lisa Scola started doing the cards. So, and we were on the call every week. And I think she'd be happy to know that I finally hit my 1,000th.
Yes, I think that's awesome. That is so true. And Scola still sends a lot of cards.
Yes.
She just off doing more of the real estate stuff. You know who else sent me one I thought was funny is and this is one of the guys I met in Salt Lake early in the year. He calls himself Shorty, but it's Matt Wells. And this is an espionage card. So he espionages me. And it was when I was wearing my medal out to the dumpster. And he said, "You're cracking me up. I love it." And he has his own handwriting font.
Yep.
Isn't that cute though?
That is cute.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I'll
he
tell
did
you,
those-
you can go back in people's pictures because look, somebody sent me a card and this is an older one.
Oh,
And then do you remember one of the conference that we had, they wanted us to take a picture of the screen? And I mean, these are all the cards I saved, but it's
oh
in here
wow.
somewhere. Oh, here's one. When I did the breast cancer walk, somebody went far back into my pictures and found me when I did the walk.
And I've done that to people, but somebody just did that to Alex. And she's usually on here too. Robin Matusoff. She
yeah.
sent this for graduation for Alex this year. And this was from my Facebook. It was an espionage. But look at inside. She's got pictures from when Alex was little. So she went
Wow.
back through my Facebook to get these pictures out. And so isn't that cute though?
That's a great idea.
This one I think is especially funny because I had too much money and less brains than I have now. But this everywhere when the kid was little, we got everything elaborate costumes, So we were going to the San Diego Zoo for zoo camp, and this was for just to go to zoo camp. We're getting. You know what I know. You know what I didn't count on was he wore that little the zookeeper outfit to a local little kid's birthday party that was having the traveling little zoo. And the kid, and rightfully so, the kids whose birthday it was, of course, this one got all the attention with a little zoo outfit, and the rest of the kids were just dressed regular. That was not a good idea. You know what that is akin to? That is like the mother of the bride wearing a red outfit or on the day of the wedding or something.
Yeah.
That took too much attention away. I didn't think of that at the time. I was just thinking my kid wants to have fun is all I was thinking. But that was so nice of Robin to go back in time and take some of the older pictures. Wasn't that nice? And by the way, she's got a rocking back there that has cartoon them. I'm not sure where she got them.
Oh,
I want to ask her next time I see her. Aren't those cute?
Those are
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I don't know if they're AI or if she had them done somewhere, caricatures. Those are cute.
Mm.
So those are awesome. And the other ones I wanted to show that I got out here, right now is when you need to be sending this, Maureen. Maureen's idea. This is the sweepstakes. We're on a new sweepstakes right now, and it just came out, and it's good for a while. So if you haven't done the sweepstakes thing yet, this is a great one to send to your customers. It's an excuse to send them to your customers. And she puts the QR code that goes right to entering too. So smart. This is an awesome, awesome idea. But now's the time to do this one. Okay. And I'm doing a new one for the 10 card challenge. And I got this off of SendOutCards' site. It just has a very plain act on your promptings with a 10 card challenge. I bought a URL on GoDaddy.com, and in the app, if you're an affiliate for SendOutCards, you have the Pro app on your phone. There's two. One app is for sending cards, and the other one's for being an affiliate. On the affiliate app, there's the URL to send people to go to your 10 card challenge. So I wrote down that URL. I went to GoDaddy.com and bought bluehairedcardsender.com just because they give you a tiny URL that makes no sense. So I needed one that makes sense that people could remember, that I could remember. So I bought bluehairedcardsender.com so that I could use it on stuff like this. So then I went to GoDaddy and forwarded it to their tiny URL that I found in the Pro app. Okay. Did I lose anybody on that one? Okay. And then on the back, it just says, I printed out my list. It's big too. It would be people that asked me about SendOutCards at one point, or over the years, I've had different times when I SendOutCards was letting you send a free copy of a book for a while. And they let you send brownies for very little money for a while. And I would do some incentive on Facebook and say in the comments, if you say you're interested in SendOutCards, I'll send you that, whatever it was. And I saved all of those in a things that was called SendOutCards prospects in a group. And I printed the list out. See, this is my list. And it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages long. Pages long, and I'm this far down the list, sending one a day. I'm just sending one a day, and I'm sending this. This is the one. And it's cleaning the list too, because I haven't done anything with that list for a while. The back says you're receiving this card because at some point you asked me about using the SendOutCard service. They recently introduced a great special that lets you try the system called the 10 card challenge. So 10 cards over 20 days for 20 bucks. And then I put the URL. So I just kept it simple. That's it. And I'm sending just one a day. When you send one a day, it is included in your, if you have the 97 like I do. Okay, it's included. And
Lisa, can I ask a question about the 20 card challenge?
yes.
Yes. So I haven't decided yet, because I'm new, if I'm going to pay the $14 a month to be an affiliate until I get somebody interested in it. But so can you still do the 20 card challenge
Yes.
and get point? So how does the points work versus the being an
points?
affiliate?
What points?
Toward credits or whatever it is. I don't know how they're working it. In other words, if you got someone to do the 20 card challenge, several people, and you're not an affiliate, do you get points toward?
I don't think so. I think you have to be an affiliate to benefit from that. So what I would do if I were you, Kathy, is make sure if someone's interested, they don't just go there. So don't put out a URL for someone to sign up, or don't try to sell you the 10 card challenge where you're not involved. And as soon as someone says to you, you know what, I want to be a customer of yours and do the 10 card challenge, then give them the URL right after you sign up to be an affiliate.
And give it. Okay, got it.
You know what I mean?
I'm with
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, isn't that the way half this stuff works? Like, I think with My Daily Choice, which is HempWorks, I didn't decide to be an affiliate over there until someone said, what are you using for the pain in your leg now? I notice you're different. And I'm like, well, I use this CBD stuff. And they're like, oh, I want to go look at that too. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm an affiliate now. And then I gave them the URL. But I was using it for like, I don't know, 3-4 months before that happened. And I was naturally talking about it because it was good stuff. So it's the same kind of thing. Like the 10 card challenge is awesome. But as soon as you have somebody interested, I would switch over to be an affiliate.
Okay, because when I was thinking about signing up and I had talked to the home office briefly, and they were telling me that you do get points or something if you're not an affiliate, and it goes toward purchases
they-
that you'll spend. So somehow or another you get points instead of
The
being
only
an
thing though
affiliate.
is, I ignore all that stuff because for me, points would be the same thing as like at one point in Avon, we could take putting them in our downline or choosing a teddy bear or a little gift.
Oh,
And I saw this happen so many times where someone chose a teddy bear and then the person ended up being a big seller
got it.
and they're still sitting there with their teddy bear.
Gotcha.
So in my opinion, I ignore those other options and I don't recommend them because once you take the points, that's it for you. So
Okay,
if that person ends up being Mrs. Jordan
go get
Allen,
her.
right, if they end up going to the top of the pay plan, you still got your points and that's what you got.
Okay, all right,
So
that
to
makes
me, you might as well, if you might as well be an
Good.
affiliate,
Okay.
but I'm sure there are other choices. I'm sad about that, aren't I? I'd probably offer all the choices, but I like ignore the bad, ignore the choices I think are bad. That's what I do. Yeah,
Well, that's why I asked you. I wanted it. I wanted the real insight. Okay, thank you.
but I can see that's happened in Avon before. I've seen other people tell me that too, that they signed somebody up, took like a one-time prize, and then the person ended up doing real well and they're kicking themselves. But of course, you're going to sign people up that don't work out too. So sometimes it probably could have been good, but to me, it's worth the risk. So anyway, and did I mention SendOutCards is actually my second biggest money earner that I have in my business. I love this card from Nick Britz, and he's from Australia. I haven't met him. I haven't met him yet, and he sends me cards regularly, and I send him cards back. It says, "You are a ray of sunshine," and this is a stock card. I love it. But inside he wrote, "The world needs more amazing people like you, Lisa. Love always, your friend Nick." Isn't that awesome? That is awesome, and that is his own handwriting, by the way. But I like that wording. I'm going to use that. The world needs more amazing people like you. Who wouldn't like to get that? And
Right.
he has an AI generated him on the back. But that's so awesome. And I only know him, I think it's from the group, the SendOutCards group, the big one. I think that's how I know of him. So, and this one I want to show you isn't even a SendOutCards card, but I love the service of it. We can get ideas from this company. And I know you know which one it is, Chewy. Chewy
Oh.
sent Bo a birthday card. And it says boop. It's your birthday. And it's boop because boop, people say boop when they're doing the dog nose, right?
Yeah.
And inside it says, "Hi, Beauregard, may your birthday be filled with tasty treats and endless cuddles." Isn't that awesome? And then it says, "Scan to plan the ultimate birthday bash." So they've got a website which you could do like a shuffle card for it actually, where it just has plans on planning a pet birthday, and you can scan it for your pet. So they're adding value. That's what they're doing, adding value to the card.
Mm-hmm.
That is so smart of them to send this out. So I was thinking this would be a good thing to show because it might give you a spark of an idea of something. Either start putting the pets in as the birthdays and send the pet cards. Like if you're, I don't know, when I deliver, I end up meeting customers' pets a lot. And I should take note if it's a pet's birthday. Because to a lot of people, like older people that don't have the kids, the pet would be the kid.
That's what I do. If I on Facebook and I see somebody post that it's their pet's birthday, I'll do a birthday card and then I'll address it to the pet care of then my
Well, that's
friends
perfect. Because I bet
or
so many
they got
people,
today too.
yeah, so many people consider their pets like their kids. I think that's perfect. That's awesome. Now, just one last one. I know I'm getting down to, I'm trying to make sure you get something new today. This isn't new though. I've showed this much time, but you can set up a campaign where they're sending cards in a series. I still use this one to welcome brand new people to Avon. And actually, I'm working on mine now. I print out, they send me, congrats, your team is growing. I print this out. This is an email I get from Avon. Either if someone signs up or they nest me people, I get this email for each one of them separately. And it has their name, address, phone, and email right here. What it doesn't have is their birthday. So I go look it up and add their birthday.
Mhm.
And then I'm got them right here. And every day I add those people. And then as part of the system is I send them this 3-card series. I can go into SendOutCards. I set these up ahead. I go in and send the first one, and the system sends the second one 7 days later, and the third one 7 days after the second one. And for me, they're just cards about with ideas on how to find customers. So the first idea is, of course, putting a sign on your car. And here's my business card, the back of the van. This is a posters on bulletin boards, wearing the logo. They're really easy ideas that I think they could do. And there's QR code, my welcome video, okay, from me. But they're just easy ones. This is a adopt a highway sign. My favorite one is the easy one is in the third card, is writing the name on the bag, saying ask me for an Avon brochure on the bag. So the idea is I try to show an example of an idea and then write out how to do it. This is the vanity plate. Now, just because the company, not just our company, but most companies, they assume they tell you all about the products they're selling, but they don't necessarily tell you ways to find people you don't already know. So that was
Yeah.
always my little niche is marketing, because most companies teach you how to sell the people you already know. They don't really tell you how to get more people to know what you do. So that's always been my little thing. So I think I talk too much. I talked this whole time. I talked and talked. I'm sorry about that. Did you get something new? You're probably
Oh,
laughing.
yeah,
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Okay. I
yeah,
said
yeah.
you're probably laughing because that wasn't news that I talked too much, right?
No, no, actually, there was something new in there too for
Oh,
me.
good.
Yeah.
Good. So I hope that the challenge this week, well, not the regular challenge. Maureen's in charge of the regular challenge, but for me, make sure you start working on your holiday thing, because just like me, if you don't, you're going to get behind. And if you get behind, don't panic. Just jump in whenever you can and keep mailing them. So I'm starting with my list. That's today's thing, is to go back over my calendar and start adding people like Janelle, who I did not know last year at Christmas, right? So I'm having to rewind the year to see who do I now see often, or who did I interact with that I didn't interact with when I sent cards last year, and start adding them. And there's a lot of people this year, thank goodness, because that's the only way my business grows, is when I interact with a lot of new people. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to start designing the card. So I hope you're going to do that too. And thank you so much for spending the hour. And I'm going to put this replay up on the YouTube channel, and make sure you post things in the group page. Is everybody in there already? If anybody needs to go in, just message me and I can get you in. Okay.
And I'm
Thank-
gonna post the challenge as soon as we're done.
Perfect. Thank you so much for doing that, Maureen. I really appreciate it.
It's
Thank
fun.
you.
It's fun.
And I will talk to you again later. Tonight at 7, between 7 and 7:30, I'll be live with the man, the squirrel whisperer, Mr. Mr. West, and I will be live at multiple places, including my wall, the Blue Brigade, and on my LinkedIn. We'll be live. I streamed all 3 of those tonight, 7 to 7:30 Eastern, and we will see you then. Thank you,
All right.
everybody.
Appreciate
you.
it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.